Imagine this. You wake up one morning, sunlight spills through your window, and for the first time in a long while, you feel it. A spark. Not just the groggy urge to stumble toward coffee, but something deeper. A quiet whisper in your chest says, "Today, I want to be more." Have you ever felt that? Or maybe you're sitting there right now, wondering where that spark went. Maybe you're wondering why it feels like you're stuck in quicksand, watching life pass by, while everyone else seems to have it figured out. Here's the truth. That spark is still there. It's called motivation, and it's the heartbeat of every step you'll ever take toward becoming the person you dream of being. Hey, welcome to this journey with me. Today, we're kicking off something big, a deep dive into motivation and personal growth. Why does motivation matter so much? How do you even begin to chase it when some days feel like you're dragging a boulder uphill? That's what we're unpacking right now. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll have a map to start your own path. Oh, and if you're vibing with this already, hit that like button and subscribe. It's the easiest way to stick with me as we explore this together. Let's build something amazing, one step at a time. So let's start with a question. What's the one thing you've always wanted to do, but haven't? Maybe it's learning a new skill, like playing guitar. Or perhaps it's finally getting in shape. It could even be finding the courage to speak up in a meeting. Whatever it is, I bet there's a little voice in your head that stopped you. "I'm too busy," it says. "I'm not good enough." What's the point? That voice isn't your enemy. It's just a sign you're human. But here's the kicker. Motivation is what silences that voice. It's the fuel that turns "I can't" into "watch me." I remember a time in my own life when I felt completely lost. A few years back, I was working a job I didn't love. I spent every night scrolling through social media, watching people live lives I envied. One day, I stumbled across a statistic that hit me like a truck. Studies show that over 70% of people feel unfulfilled in their daily routines. 7 out of 10. That's most of us. It made me wonder, why do we settle for that? Why do we let days blur into weeks, then years, without chasing what lights us up? That moment was my wake-up call. I didn't have all the answers, but I knew I had to start somewhere. That's what this video is about. Finding your somewhere. Motivation isn't just some fluffy buzzword. It's the engine of personal growth. Think about it. Every time you've pushed through a tough workout, finished a project you procrastinated on, or even just got out of bed on a rough day, that was motivation at work. It's not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet, like a friend nudging you forward. But without it, we stagnate. We stay in the same ruts, dreaming the same dreams, never quite reaching them. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of dreaming without doing. So why does it matter? Because you matter. Your potential matters. The world doesn't need another person sleepwalking through life. It needs you awake, alive, and moving towards something real. Motivation is the bridge between where you are and where you could be. So the best part, you don't need to be special to find it. You don't need a fancy degree or a perfect plan. You just need to start. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, cool, but how? Where do I even begin? That's the magic of what's coming up. We're going to break this down. First with some simple truths about what motivation really is. Then with stories of people who've been where you are and found their way. And finally, with real practical steps you can take today. No fluff, no nonsense. Just a clear path forward. Before we dive deeper, let me say this. You're not alone in this. I've been stuck too. I've doubted myself too. If I can find my spark, so can you. So stick with me. Hit that like button if you're ready to keep going. and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. We're just getting started, and I promise this journey is going to be worth it. Ready? Let's talk about what motivation really means and why it's your first step to growing into the person you're meant to be. So we've talked about that spark, that little flicker inside you that says, I want for it. But what is it really? What's this thing we call motivation? Welcome to the next part of our journey together. Now that we've lit the match, let's figure out what keeps the flame going. We're going to unpack the basics of motivation, why it's so important, and what the smart folks who study this stuff have to say about it. Stick with me, because this is where we start building the foundation for everything else. Let's begin with a simple definition. Motivation is the reason you get up and do something. It's the push behind your actions, the why that drives you. Maybe it's wanting to feel proud of yourself. Maybe it's proving something to the world, or just to that one person who said you couldn't. Psychologists break it down into two big types. There's intrinsic motivation, which comes from inside you, like doing something because it feels good or makes you happy. Then there's extrinsic motivation, which comes from outside, like working hard for a paycheck or a gold star. Both matter. Both get you moving. But here's the thing. The strongest motivation, the kind that lasts, usually starts from within. Why does that matter? Because life isn't always going to hand you rewards on a silver platter. Think about the last time you tried something new. Maybe you started a hobby, like painting. At first it was fun. The colors, the creativity. It felt alive. But then you hit a wall. The brush strokes didn't look right. You compared yourself to others and felt small. If your only motivation was someone else's praise, you'd probably quit right there. But if it came from inside, if you loved the processes, you'd keep going. That's the power of knowing your why. Now, let's bring in some science. Researchers have been obsessed with this for years. One guy, Abraham Maslow, came up with this idea called the hierarchy of needs. Picture a pyramid. At the bottom, you've got the basics: food, water, safety. Once those are covered, you climb up to things like love, belonging, feeling good about yourself. At the very top, something called self-actualization. That's when you are chasing your full potential, becoming the best version of you. Maslow said, motivation kicks in strongest when you're reaching for that top. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Another big idea comes from a study called self-determination theory. Fancy name, simple point. It says we're most motivated when three things are in place. First, autonomy. You want to feel like you're in control, not just following someone else's script. Second, competence. You need to believe you can actually do it, that you're getting better. Third, relatedness. You want to feel connected, like what you're doing ties you to others or something bigger. Ever notice how you stick with something longer when you are calling the shots and seeing progress? That's this theory at work. But here's where it gets real. Motivation isn't a light switch. You don't just flip it on and stay buzzing forever. Studies show it's more like a muscle. Use it and it grows. Ignore it and it fades. One experiment tracked people trying to build new habits, like exercising daily. The ones who started small, like a 5-minute walk, and celebrated tiny wins, they stuck with it. The ones who went big right away, an hour at the gym, most burned out. Motivation thrives on momentum, not perfection. So why is this so crucial for personal growth? Because growing isn't easy. It's messy. It's hard. You're going to trip, doubt yourself, maybe even cry a little. Without motivation, you'd stop at the first stumble. But with it, you keep going. It's the voice that says, okay, that sucked, but tomorrow's a new shot. It's what turns a bad day into a lesson, not a dead end. And the coolest part? You can build it. You're not born with a fixed amount. You can learn it, feed it, make it yours. Let's tie this back to you. Right now, you might be thinking about your own goals, something you want to start, or maybe restart. That's your motivation whispering. It's not loud yet, and that's okay. The fact that you're here, listening, means it's alive. Science backs this up too. A 2021 study found that people who reflect on their why, even for 5 minutes a day, report higher energy and focus. 5 minutes. That's all it takes to nudge the needle. Before we move on, let's land on this. Motivation isn't magic. It's not a gift some people have and others don't. It's a skill, a choice, a spark you can fan into a fire. And personal growth. That's what happens when you let that fire light your way. Up next, we've got some incredible stories coming your way. People who found their motivation and shut with it. Their lessons are going to hit home, I promise. So keep that like button ready. Subscribe if you haven't. And let's see where this takes us. You with me? Good. Let's keep rolling. All right. We've laid the groundwork. We've talked about what motivation is, how it works. Now it's time to see it come alive. Welcome to the soul of this journey. I'm going to share 3 stories today. 3 people who faced storms of their own, found their spark, and turned it into something that echoes across time. These aren't just tales to fill the air. They are lessons, windows into your own potential. We're digging deep here, peeling back the layers of struggle and triumph to find what drives us. Each story builds on what we've covered, showing you motivation isn't a gift dropped in your lap. It's a seed you plant, water, fight for. Ready? Let's step into the first chapter. Story 1. J.K. Rowling, Writing Through the Shadows. Picture a cold day in 1990. A woman sits in a small Edinburgh cafe, her baby asleep in a stroller beside her. Her name's Joanne Rowling, not yet the J.K. the world knows. She's a single mom, scraping by on welfare. Her bank account is empty as her fridge. Depression weighs on her like a wet coat, heavy, suffocating. She's got this story in her head. A boy named Harry Potter, a world of magic. But publishers? They don't want it. Rejection letters pile up, 12 in all. Each one a punch to the gut. Most people would toss the pages, call it a day. Joanne doesn't. She writes anyway. On napkins, in notebooks, late at night, when the flat's quiet. Why? That story's her anchor. It's not about money or fame. It's about proving she's still here, still breathing, still worth something. Days turn to months. She types the manuscript on a second-hand machine, her fingers aching. Finally, Bloomsbury says yes. A tiny print run, 500 copies. Then it explodes. Over 500 million books sold. Movies, a universe born from her pen. But rewind to that cafe. Rowling once said rock bottom was her foundation. She hit it hard, lost everything, her marriage, her confidence. Depression wasn't just sadness. It was a void, a place where hope felt like a lie. Writing saved her. Each word was a step out. She didn't know she'd be a legend. She just knew she couldn't stop. What's wild is how close she came to giving up. Friends urged her to get a real job. Publishers said kids wouldn't read it. She ignored them. Motivation for her wasn't a cheerleader with pom-poms. It was a quiet voice, stubborn, raw. She later admitted those rejections hurt, stung like salt in a cut. But they also lit a fire. Each no made her dig deeper, rewrite, refine. That's the thing about her story. It's not the happy ending that grabs you. It's the messy middle, the part where she chose to keep going when the world said stop. Motivation can bloom in your darkest hour. You don't need the whole path lit up. One step, one page, one breath. That's enough. Rowling didn't see billions coming. She saw a story she had to tell. What's your story? That thing you'd fight for even when it's bleak? That's your spark. Hold it tight, water it, it'll grow. Story 2. Nelson Mandela, The Long Walk in Chains. Now let's shift to South Africa, 1964. Nelson Mandela stands tall in a courtroom, his voice steady. He's just been sentenced to life in prison for fighting apartheid, a system that crushed millions under its heel. They ship him to Robben Island, a slab of rock in the sea. For 27 years he lives there. A cell smaller than your closet, a mallet on the floor, one window with bars. He breaks rocks all day, hands bleeding. Letters? One every 6 months, censored to scraps. Visitors? Rare, fleeting. Most would crumble. Let bitterness eat them alive. Mandela doesn't. He studies law through mail courses, teaches prisoners to read, even learns Afrikaans, the language of his jailers. Why? He's got a vision. Freedom. Not just for him, but for a nation. Day after day, he endures. Guards taunt him. The sun burns, isolation gnaws. Yet he writes, plans, dreams. Fast forward to 1990. He walks out, free at 71. Crowds cheer, the world watches. He doesn't preach hate. He builds bridges, becomes South Africa's first black president. How? His motivation wasn't revenge. It was hope, patient, unshakable. He said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." 27 years. Imagine that. Most of us lose it waiting an hour in line. Mandela waited decades, never wavering. Dig into his time on the island. He'd wake at 4 a.m., exercise in his cell, keep his mind sharp. Prisoners looked to him, called him leader even in chains. He turned a prison into a school, a place of resistance. One story sticks out. A guard once offered him extra food, a bribe to quiet down. Mandela refused. He didn't want scraps. He wanted dignity. That choice, small as it seems, fueled him. Every no to despair was a yes to something bigger. When he left, he forgave, not because it was easy, because it was his strength. Motivation can be a slow burn, steady, relentless. It's not about speed. It's about staying true. Mandela didn't rush. He built, waited, believed. What's your long game? That dream you'd chase for years? That's your fire. Keep it alive. It'll carry you. Story 3. Malala Yousafzai, a voice louder than bullets. Last stop, Pakistan, 2009. Malala Yousafzai's 11, a girl with big eyes and bigger dreams. The Taliban's taken over her valley, banned girls from school. She starts blogging for the BBC Anonymous about her life. By 15, she's outspoken, fearless. October 9th, 2012, she's on a bus. A gunman boards, asks, "Who's Malala?" He shoots her in the head. She's airlifted to England, barely alive. Doctors fight for her. She wakes up, face scarred, voice shaky. Most would hide. Malala doesn't. She speaks again, louder. At 17, she wins the Nobel Peace Prize, youngest ever. Today, her funds educated thousands. Why keep going? Fear was real. Death was close. But her motivation was purpose, a belief that education could rewrite the world. She said, "One child, one teacher, one book can change everything." That wasn't a slogan. It was her core. Post-attack, she faced surgeries, threats, exile. Yet she studied, spoke at the UN, built a movement. Her dad once said she didn't inherit his courage. She forged it. At 15, she stared down a gun. At 16, she stared down the world. That's not just grit. That's a spark turned supernova. Her story's layers hit hard. Before the shooting, she'd sneak books, defy bans. After, she faced PTSD, relearned to smile. Every speech, every school funded. It's a choice. She could have stayed silent. Instead, she said, I don't want to be the girl who was shot. I want to be the girl who stood up. That's motivation stripped bare, pure, fierce. It's not about avoiding fear. It's about outgrowing it. Motivation can rise above anything, even bullets. You don't wait for safety. You act through the shakes. Malala didn't. What's your fear? That wall you hit? Push anyway. Your strength's waiting there. Rowling, Mandela, Malala. 3 lives, 3 sparks. Rowling wrote through despair, a lifeline in ink. Mandela endured, a rock against time. Malala spoke, a voice no gun could hush. Their motivation wasn't the same. Survival, hope, purpose, each a different shade. But the thread, they chose it. In the dark, in chains under fire, they found their why and held on. You don't need their stakes. Your cafe, your cell, your bus, it's yours. Their lessons aren't distant. They're here. Step when it's hard. A dream worth the wait. A stand past fear. Think about you. Where's your whisper? Your vision? Your fight? These stories prove it. Motivation's not a fluke. It's yours to claim. Messy, real, step by step. We're not stopping. Next, we'll turn this into action. Tools you can grab today. So keep that vibe. Like if this stirred you, subscribe for more. These 3, they're your spark. Let's fan it into flame. You in? So we've felt the spark. We've walked through Rowling's cafe, Mandela's cell, Malala's courage. Their stories lit something in us, right? But here's the big question. How do we take that fire and make it ours? Not just for a day, but for the long haul. Welcome to the part where it gets real. This is about you, your life, your next move. We're diving into practical ways to build motivation. Keep it alive. Grow into the person you want to be. No vague fluff here. We're talking methods, tools, habits you can start today. Let's roll up our sleeves and turn those lessons into action. Step 1. Find your why. Make it stick. First things first. Motivation starts with why. Rowling had her story. Mandela had his nation. Malala had her voice. You need yours. This isn't some grand mission statement. It's personal, simple. Maybe you want to get fit to feel strong again. Maybe you want to learn guitar to play for your kid one day. Whatever it is, dig for it. Sit down tonight. Grab a pen. Ask yourself, what's one thing I'd fight for? Write it down. 1 sentence. I want to write a book because it's been in me forever. Done. Now make it stick. Put that note somewhere you'll see it. Your mirror. Your phone wallpaper. I tried this once. I wrote, I want to run because I'm tired of feeling weak. Stuck it on my fridge. Every morning it stared me down. Didn't fix everything, but it nudged me. Studies back this up. People who write their goals are 42% more likely to chase them. That's not magic. It's focus. Your why is your anchor. Find it, see it, live it. Next level. Pair it with a feeling. Think about how it'll feel to hit that goal. Picture yourself crossing a finish line, sweaty, grinning. Imagine strumming that first chord, your kid clapping. Feelings fuel action. When I started running, I'd close my eyes, picture that rush. It got my shoes on faster than any pep talk. Try it. 5 minutes, dream it up. That's your rocket fuel. Step 2, start small. Build momentum. Here's a trap we all fall into. We go big, too fast. I'll run a marathon tomorrow. Then we crash, feel dumb, quit. Rowling didn't write a saga in a day. Mandela didn't free a nation overnight. Malala didn't change the world in one speech. They started small. You can too. Pick one tiny step. Want to get fit? Walk 10 minutes today. Want to write? One paragraph. That's it. Why small? Science says it works. A study on habits found people who start with 5-minute tasks stick with them 8% longer than those who jump to an hour. Momentum's the secret. I did this with reading. Wanted to finish books, kept failing. Started with 1 page a night. Felt silly, but it grew. A page became a chapter, then 2. Now I'm that nerd with a stack done. You stack wins. Motivation stacks too. Here's the trick. Track it. Get a calendar. Mark an X each day you do your thing. Miss a day? Fine, start again. I've got a beat-up notebook. X's for every run. Looks messy, feels good. Seeing progress, even tiny, lights you up. Try it this week. One small move, 1x. Watch it grow. Step 3. Build a toolbox. Lean on it. Motivation dips. Life's messy. You need tools to pull it back. Let's build a toolbox. First tool, a playlist. Music's a cheat code. Rowling wrote to classical vibes. I've got a running mix. Loud beats gets my blood up. Make yours. 5 songs that pump you. Next time you're stuck, hit play. Works every time. Second tool, a buddy. Tell someone your goal. Not to brag, to lean on. When I started writing, I told my sister. She'd text, "How's that page?" Annoying, sure, but it kept me honest. Studies say accountability doubles your odds. Pick a friend, spill it. They don't need to fix you, just nudge you. Third tool, a reset ritual. Bad day. Shake it off. Mine's coffee and a walk. 10 minutes, fresh air, brain clears. Mandela studied to reset. Malala read. Yours could be stretching, a quick sketch. Find one, use it. Keeps the slump from winning. Fourth tool, a reward. Not big, simple. Finish that walk. Cup of tea. Write that paragraph. 5 minutes scrolling guilt-free. I'd bribe myself with a cookie after runs. Sounds dumb. Worked great. Brain loves treats. Use that. Step 4. Face the mess. Flip it. Life's not perfect. You'll stall. Kids get sick. Work piles up. Doubt creeps in. That's not failure. That's your chance. Rowling hit rock bottom, flipped it. Mandela turned prison into purpose. Malala made a bullet her megaphone. Your mess. Flip it too. Tired. Rest, then start. Rejected? Learn, tweak, try again. Here's how. Journal it. When I bombed a project, I wrote why. 2 pages, ugly truth. Saw my gaps, fixed them. Next try was better. Take 5 minutes, spill the mess. What went wrong? What's one fix? It's not whining, it's winning. Studies show reflecting cuts. Repeat mistakes by 30. Mess is your teacher. Listen, another move, talk it out. I'd vent to my dog. He's clueless, but it helped. Friend works too. Say it loud, I screwed up, now what? Hearing it shifts you. Malala spoke her fears, kept going. You can too. Mess isn't the end, it's the middle. Step 5. Habit it up, make it stick. Motivation's a start. Habits make it last. Pick one thing. Pay it to a cue. Want to meditate? After coffee, 5 minutes. I run after brushing my teeth. Sounds random. Sticks like glue. A study says habits form in 66 days, not 21. Be patient. Miss a day. Fine, back tomorrow. Stack it. Add to what you do. Brush teeth, run, then stretch. Small chain, big win. I added push-ups after runs. Hated it? Now it's me. Rowling wrote after her kids slept. Routine held her. Find your cue, stack it, and own it. Protect it. Life butts in. Say no sometimes. Skip that late show. Keep your morning. I ditched scrolling for sleep. Hard, worth it. Your habit's gold. Guard it. Let's recap. Find your why. Feel it. Start small. Track it. Build a toolbox. Playlist, buddy, reset, reward. Face the mess. Flip it with words or talk. Habit it up. Cue, stack, protect. That's your map. I've lived this. Some days I limp, some I soar. You will too. Rowling didn't quit. Mandela didn't break. Malala didn't hush. You don't have to either. Start tonight. One why, one step, one tool. Mess up, laugh, retry. This isn't theory, it's you now. Next, we'll wrap with advice to lock this in. Like if you're feeling it, subscribe for the finish. This is your shot. Grab it. Let's keep moving. We've come a long way, haven't we? We started with that spark, unpacked what motivation means, walked through stories that hit deep, laid out steps you can grab today. Now it's time to lock it in. This part's about advice, straight from the heart. Stuff I wish someone told me when I was staring at my own blank page. These are nuggets to carry with you. Little truths to lean on when the road gets bumpy. Rowling, Mandela, Malala. They showed us what's possible. This is how you make it yours. Let's get into it. First piece of advice. Be kind to yourself. Sounds soft, but it's steel. You're going to stumble. You'll skip that workout, snap at someone, forget your why for a day. That's not failure. That's being human. I used to beat myself up. Every missed run felt like proof I'd never change. Then I flipped it. Okay, I missed. What's tomorrow? Rowling didn't write every day. Some nights, she cried instead. She kept going. You can too. When you slip, say I'm learning, not I suck. It's a game changer. Trust me, your spark doesn't die in a stumble. It dims, waits, glows again if you let it. Second, keep it real. Don't chase someone else's dream. Social media's brutal. All those perfect lives staring you down. I fell for it. Wanted abs like that guy, a job like her. Wasted time. Your why's yours. Maybe you don't want a marathon. Maybe a hike's enough. Malala didn't aim for a Nobel. She aimed for school. What's your real? Strip it down. If it's not you, it won't stick. I found mine in quiet runs, not gym selfies. You'll find yours too. Look inward, not outward. Third, celebrate the small stuff. Big wins are rare. Little ones, they're gold. Finish a page, cheer. Walk 10 minutes, pat your back. I started this thing. After every run, I'd grin like a kid. Felt dumb, but it built me up. Studies say small rewards wire your brain to keep going. Mandela celebrated every letter he got. Tiny lifelines. You don't need fireworks. A smile, a nice job, that's fuel. Pile those up. They carry you farther than you think. Fourth, expect the dip. Motivation's not a straight climb. It dips, fades, hides. That's normal. I hit one last month, 3 days. No energy, just blah. Used to panic. Now I know it passes. Rowling had weeks of doubt. Mandela had years of silence. They wrote it out. You will too. When it hits, don't force it. Rest, reset, lean on your tools. Playlist on. Call that buddy. Sip that tea. It's not gone. It's resting. Give it space, it'll creep back. Fifth, Surround yourself with lifters. People matter. Negative ones drain you. You can't. Why bother? I had a friend like that. Every goal I shared got a shrug. Ditched him. Found others who cheer. Not fake hype, real support. Malala's family pushed her. Mandela's cellmates did too. You need that. Find one person, a sibling, a co-worker, who gets it. Share your wins, your flops. They'll lift when you sag. Alone's tough. Together's easier. Sixth, revisit your why. It's not set in stone. Life shifts. You shift. I started running for strength. Now it's peace. Check in. Monthly, yearly, whatever fits. Sit. Ask, is this still me? Rowling's why grew from survival to legacy. Yours might too. Maybe it's not guitar anymore. Maybe it's painting. That's fine. Adjust to rewrite that note. A living why keeps you moving. Dust it off. Keep it fresh. Seventh, don't wait for perfect. Big trap. I'll start when I'm ready, when the house is quiet, and when I'm not stressed. Nope. Perfect never comes. I waited for calm to write, lost years. Started in chaos, got better. Malala spoke with bullets flying. Mandela planned with shackles on. Your now's messy. Good. Start there. One step in the mud beats zero on the couch. Action breeds clarity. Waiting breeds dust. Eighth, trust the process as growth slow. You won't see it daily. I'd run, feel weak, think, this is pointless. Kept at it. Months later, stronger legs, clearer head. Rowling tight-eyed for years before fame. Mandela waited decades. You're planting seeds. Water them, wait. Some sprout fast, some take time. Trust that. Look back in 6 months, you'll see it. Process isn't loud. It's steady, quiet, real. Last one. Own it. This is your ride. Not mine, not theirs, yours. Every choice, every retry. That's you building. I own my stumbles now. My wins too. You fall. You rise. It's yours. Malala owned her scars. Rowling owned her rejections. Claim it all. That's power. That's growth. No one hands it to you. You take it, shape it, live it. So here's your kit. Be kind. Keep it real. Celebrate small. Expect dips. Find lifters. Revisit your why. Skip perfect. Trust the process. Own it. 9 little truths. Big impact. I've lived them, tripped over them, grown through them. You can too. This isn't the end. It's your beginning. Take one. Try it tomorrow. See where it leads. We're wrapping up next, tying it all together. Like if this resonates, subscribe for the close. You've got this. Let's finish strong. Here we are, the final stretch. We've traveled a long road together, haven't we? From that first flicker of a spark, through the nuts and bolts of what motivation really is, to the stories that shook us, the steps we can take, the advice to hold close. This isn't just a video anymore. It's a map, a mirror, a nudge for you. Let's take a moment. Look back at what we've built. Then look forward to what's yours to claim. This is your wrap-up, your send-off, your call to start. Let's tie it up with heart. Think back to where we began. That morning you wake up, sunlight sneaking in, that whisper saying, I want more. We asked why motivation matters, how you kick off this journey. It's not a buzzword. It's your engine, your bridge from stuck to soaring. We dug into the basics, how it's a muscle you flex, a mix of your why and your will. Intrinsic, extrinsic, slow burns, quick wins. It's all you. Then we met 3 giants, Rowling, scribbling through despair. Mandela, unbroken in chains. Malala, louder than bullets. Their lives shouted it. Motivation's not luck. It's choice, grit, a spark you fan. We didn't stop at stories. We got practical. Find your why, pin it down, feel it. Start small. Stack those X's. Build momentum. Grab tools, a playlist, a buddy, a recife, a treat. Face the mess, flip it with words or event. Habit it up, cue it, guard it. Then the advice sealed it. Be kind. Keep it real. Cheer the small. Ride the dips, lean on lifters. Tweak your why, skip perfect. Trust the process ethos, also own it. That's your kit, your toolbox, your way forward. What's the thread here? You. This whole journey's about you. Not Rowling's books, Mandela's nation, Malala's prize. Your page, your step, your voice. I've been there, lost in my own quicksand, scrolling past lives I envied. That stat, 72% of us unfulfilled. It haunted me. But I started, stumbled, grew. You can too. This isn't about being them. It's about being you, awake, alive, chasing what lights you up. That's the point. That's the win. Let's paint a picture. A month from now, you're up early. Not dragging, moving. You've got your why taped to the mirror. I'm doing this for me. You've walked every day, X's piling up. Your playlist blares, your buddy texts. Keep it up. A bad day hits, you journal. Reset with a coffee. It's not perfect. It's real. You're not rolling yet. Not Mandela. Not Malala. But you're you, growing, glowing. That's the magic. It's not the end game. It's the going. So what now? You've got the map. Don't let it sit. Tonight, grab a pen. Write your why, one line. Stick it somewhere loud. Tomorrow, one step. 5 minutes, a walk, a word, whatever. Miss a day? Fine, next day's yours. Tell someone, I'm starting. Play that song, sip that reward. Mess up, laugh, flip it. This isn't a race, it's yours, messy, beautiful, yours. I've seen it work. My runs went from nothing to miles. My pages went from blank to full. You'll see it too. Here's my ask. Don't just watch this. Live it. Drop a comment below, I'm in, or your why. Hit that like if this stirred you. Subscribe if you're sticking with me. This isn't goodbye. It's see you next time. We've got more coming. More sparks. More steps. I'll be here, rooting for you. You're not alone. That whisper you felt at the start? It's louder now, right? Listen to it. Act on it. The world doesn't need you asleep. It needs you up, moving, being you. One last thing. Thank you for being here, for hearing this, for caring enough to wonder. I've poured my soul into this because I believe in you. I've doubted myself plenty, still do. But this, us, it's proof we're not done. Rowling found her wand. Mandela found his freedom. Malala found her stage. You'll find yours. Start small. Start now. Start you. That's it. That's everything. Like, comment, subscribe, come back. Your journey's just begun. Let's see where it takes you. See you soon.